Well, hello and welcome to a new video of a YouTube channel I created to keep my sanity within the level society considers acceptable. I'm confused than usual. We are playing Pokemon FireRed today, a game which greets you with the best marching drum solo you can possibly have in a video game. We are then confronted with Professor Oak explaining that we are about to get dumped into a world with wonderful exotic creatures called Pokemon, and that it's totally acceptable to abduct these creatures and let them fight for profit. So naturally, I'm destined to become the best of the best. Gender. It's the year 2024 and I don't want to offend anybody, so let's look them up real quick. We can choose between a boy who has a boring red cap and then a girl with an awesome white hat. We have a winner. The girl's real name is Leaf. Well, I'm not questioning it. Then there's our rival, who seems like the complete opposite of us. So let's name him Stay. And there we are, in what is supposed to be our room. And immediately I wonder who places a TV like this. We snatch a potion from our PC, which is standing completely normal and reasonably placed, and get down. After a brief moment, we realize that we are in a small town with nothing special except a few homeless people. Since we are destined to become a Pokemon Master, we leave to start our journey. And Professor Oak stops us because it's apparently too dangerous to fight a small pigeon and a maybe radioactive purple rat. In order to defend ourselves, we are allowed to carry a Pokemon ourselves. Will you pick Charmander or Squirtle? Well, neither, because Bulbasaur actually has some unique advantages, but more on that later. First and foremost, I named it Burry, because whenever I get hungry on my journey, I can simply bury to grow my own food. After proving my point that Burry has a lot of advantages in destroying Stay, what a weird name for a boy, and his burning lizard, we can finally leave town. On Route 1 we meet this guy who gives us a gift potion and advertises a Pokemon market in Viridian City, so let's head straight there. Time to explain how this game works. You meet wild Pokemon, you annoy your own Pokemon by forcing it to fight, you kill wild Pokemon, your own Pokemon grows stronger. Just like gladiator fights in ancient Rome, but without the possibility of earning your freedom. In Viridian City we meet an old dude, who probably has dementia and doesn't know what he's doing. Good thing that our own Pokemon can be used on people, so Bulbasaur clears the path and makes sure it will never be blocked again. Ever. In order to become a Pokemon Master, we'll have to beat gym leaders, and the first one is right here. This gym is closed. Of course, gym leaders only get 1 week of paid leave per year, and we want to battle him when he is not present. Then we shall continue our journey. On our way to the next gym I caught a Pidgey, a 1 inch or 30 centimeters tall bird, which hunts for small bugs. I name you Crash Sight. With Crash Sight in our party, we now have a type advantage in Viridian Forest, which is full of bugs and yellow hamsters, and other Pokemon trainers who we battle and then rob. A perfectly fine way of making a fortune. This game is primarily made for children, by the way. We walk through the forest, and as we come to the exit, our Crash Sight ate so many bugs that it became fat. Pewter City, a city which has a lot of tourist attractions, like this guide who shows us a museum for fossils they excavate in a cave next door. There's also this guy talking about other Pokemon trainers. There aren't many serious Pokemon trainers here. They are all like bug catchers, you know, just hobbyists. I'm just here for the gym and its badge. This gym focuses on rock-type Pokemon, a kind of Pokemon which is weak to grass and water Pokemon, which is the first advantage Burry has. Badge 1 secured. Now we are considered trustworthy enough, so we are allowed to run. Don't ask questions. After a rocky path, we arrive at this Pokemon Center where we can get an almost free Magikarp, which I name Fish Sticks. Never say no to Fish Sticks. Excuse me sir, my Fish Sticks looks kind of blue. I would like to request a refund. No refunds. I guess we are stuck with that now. Lesson learned. Mount Moon, the first cave we have to conquer, and just like all of them, this is torturous. Here we also encounter Team Rocket, a Pokemon version of SpaceX. Excuse me sir, but this is not the moon. This is Mount Moon. At the end, after we destroyed this nerd, we can choose between 2 fossils. One can give us an epic Pokemon with giant scythes as its weapons, while the other one is probably some leftovers found in the teeth of a French person. We have a winner. 50 bucks on the guy with the kicks. We arrived in Cerulean City, where we can find one of the most exotic creatures in the Pokemon universe, an actual policeman. The local gym focuses on water-type Pokemon, and they built an indoor swimming pool. Good thing that we have Burry, a grass-type Pokemon. And you know what happens to grass when you give it plenty of water to drink. And just like that, Burry turned into a huge flower. I also managed to snatch a badge while the gym staff was refilling the pool. North of the city we can find the Nugget Bridge, which isn't really needed because the water is way over there. I guess the city decided to copy the Golden Gate Bridge to attract some tourists, but ran out of funds because of huge water bills. On the other hand, there's a guy who asks us if we would like to join Team Rocket. Considering I slapped them back on Mount Moon and I have to give them a share of my income, I politely declined by killing all his Pokepets. Inside the tall grass on the other side of the water, I caught an Abra, sleeps for 18 hours a day. Oh, you lucky Pokemon. I named it Bye. Why did I name it Bye? Bye, tall grass. On the other end of this route, we arrive at this cottage, which is inhabited by a talking Pokemon. Name's Bill. Actually a human. Use the PC to activate the machine to transform him back into his human form. Got it. Let's get the Giratina out of here. And finally, the policeman cleared the way, so we now can do his job and take back the stolen item. And I said take back, not returning it to its rightful owner. Cerulean City also has a bike shop. 1 million, whatever this currency is called, for a single bike. Would you look at that? There are some showcases on the outside to give potential buyers a clear idea what they are paying for. After we traverse the shady tunnel with our brand new bike, we reach Vermilion City, and oh boy, listen to this track. Right next to the Pokemon Center, we can talk to this fisherman who sells us the old rod, which is just a wooden stick with a Pokeball attached to it. He probably scams every traveler passing by. Don't get scammed. Lesson learned. East of the city, we can find Diglett's cave. I caught a Dugtrio because I'm too lazy to train a Pokemon properly. Named it Bottom View, by the way. And I caught a Meowth I named Tax Collect for obvious reasons. All it does is sleep during daytime. What is it with Pokemon being lazy screw-ups all day long? Anyway, back to collecting all the badges. Vermilion City has a gym which focuses on electric-type Pokemon and is currently blocked by a small, maybe child-sized bush. Well, there's a way to remove this bush. I will just mess with the electric wiring and turn off the lights inside the gym. This way they all have to come out and bat. Whoops. Good thing that badges are made from sturdy metals. Now let's leave while we still can. Further east, Route 11 leads to our next destination. There's a Snorlax blocking the way. Anyone ever wondered if Snorlax would actually float while sleeping? The answer to that question might be no, but it was the only way to reach Lavender Town, which has the best soundtrack a video game ever had. But there's nothing to do here, so we continue. Saffron City Gates. I'm on guard duty. Amazing. Gee, I'm thirsty though. Sounds like a you problem to me. Oh wait, there. The road is closed. Really? What are you going to do if I go through anyway? After that minor inconvenience is settled, we reach Saffron City, which is the first real city because chances of being murdered in broad daylight is 10 times higher than in any other city of Kanto. There's also nothing to do here, so we continue. Celadon City, because building two large population centers almost next to each other is smart. This city has a pub. In this world, a 10-year-old is allowed to roam freely with burning winged lizards, armed turtles and mutated flowers. The consumption of alcohol is strictly forbidden. A department store, the only one in this region to be precise, but I can only afford a drink from those vending machines. Then there's this old man who apparently forgot to turn off his lawn sprinklers on time. Right here we have the local gym, which focuses on grass-type Pokemon and is run by some feminists who believe in grass-type superiority. Stupid. Good thing that I picked the female gender because now I will pretend to be one of them. And as no one looked, I snatched myself a badge. That's called strategy. The best part comes last. A casino, because gambling is totally fine but drinking alcohol isn't. And I'm broke. How could I possibly get my money back? Well, hello suspicious staff person. It would be a shame if some policeman found out that you let a 10-year-old girl gamble in your casino and take all her money despite her definitely not knowing what she's doing. Maybe we can negotiate some deal. And there he panics and runs off. But I'm not done yet. After looking around for a bit, I found the boss of this casino in the basement. To buy my silence, they gave me a Dratini, which I named Wormus. Did you know there's an actual point of interest in Lavender Town, other than their awesome music? A cemetery for Pokemon. Not quite what I had in mind when I think about tourist attractions. What's even worse is that we can battle the staff. It's like having a fist fight with a priest in a real-life cemetery. That's too much. Even for me. Our next target lies beyond Celadon City, but there's also a Snorlax sleeping. I guess we have to climb again. Uh-oh. At least I could catch it. When it's done eating, it goes promptly to sleep. Good for you. I name you Athlete. The next route is for bikes only, and immediately I get bullied because I don't have a motorcycle yet. Then let my Pokemon bully you back. Fuchsia City, the only location which has one of the most reasonable things to offer in the Pokemon world. An actual Pokemon zoo. Then there's the Safari Zone, and now we need to discuss a problem I have. At the beginning of our journey, we were not allowed to take a step into the tall grass because a pigeon and a rat could kill us and eat our guts for breakfast. But fighting something like this without some personal defense is fine. Might as well catch it. This Pokemon can shatter even a skyscraper with its charging tackles. Yup. Definitely possible. Not even 120 kilograms of weight, but if that thing charges into the Empire State Building, it's just gone. Since it's female, I name it Rem, just like best girl. Time to challenge the gym, the poison type gym. Hold up, I've got an idea. Hello, is this the Fuchsia City Health Inspector? And I get to keep the badge as important evidence. Finally, we are allowed to swim. Personally, I think that a 10-year-old should be able to swim, but Wormus grew up and is now perfectly capable of protecting us from drowning. A little bit further to the east, we reached the Seafoam Islands, and while Mount Moon was terrifying, this one is terrifying and cold. But at least we get to see an exotic bird which broke free from the Fuchsia City Zoo. Finally, I found the exit. I can hardly feel my legs. Cinnabar Island. I hope happy hour isn't over yet. This island has a Pokemon lab, for some reason, in which we can revive our fossil into a snail. I name you Garlic Butter. Why can't we have this particular technology in our world? I would love to have a pet Gigantoraptor. There isn't anything else to do here, so I guess we just beat the gym, which focuses on fire-type Pokemon, and it's locked. Do you have an idea how dangerous this is? There are people inside. What if a fire breaks out? I called the authorities, but they keep telling me that they are busy with some random force reports in Fuchsia City. Then there's no other way than to find the keys. Only one other building on the island we haven't been to, so it shouldn't be that difficult. Turns out this giant mansion is a hideout for burglars and freaks. Now I know why this gym is locked. You want to keep those burglars out. Found the key and unlocked. Alright, Blaine. Found the key to your gym. A few burglars had it and I expect you to pay me a reasonable reward. That badge you have that looks really nice. Badge 7 secured. Who are you? Bill? I don't know a Bill. Talking Pokemon from the cottage. Well, that's awkward. You would like to take me to a tropical island, presumably where no one can hear me scream. Could you give me a moment to think about this, please? Let's get the Giratina out of here. And we're back in Pallet Town. Good to be home safely. There's only one badge left and it's in Viridian City. Still locked? How long is this gym leader neglecting his duties? It hasn't been a full day since my last visit and he's still not here. Right, there's another badge missing. Back to Saffron City, or as it's called now, Skip Brown City. This city actually has two gyms. One is blocked by a member of Team Rocket, so maybe beating the other one is enough. Apparently that's a dojo, which gives away a free Pokemon if you can completely destroy them and their honor. So I picked Hitmonchan and named it Sanji. Still no badge, so I will ask the boss of this imbecile if he could move out of the way so I can progress. Let's go and find him in the only unique skyscraper in the city. Excuse me, sir, could you please? What do you mean no kids are allowed here? This skyscraper is open to the public. Stay is also here. And because I beat him so spectacularly, we get a free Lapras, which I named Bored. I made it. Could you please? Oh, it's the owner of the casino. Would you mind ordering your men? Why does it always have to end in violence? Finally, he leaves. And with him gone, the gym is open. This gym specializes in psychic Pokemon. Wait. All that trouble for a psychic gym? There would have been a much easier way. Hello, I'm Dr. Leaf, specialist for mental health disorder. You still have the badge I gave you during our last session. Badge 6 in our pocket. Only one badge left and I have done it. I will be the greatest of them all. If the gym leader isn't present now, I will officially complain. Oh. Never mind. I really wonder who the local gym leader is. He had all this time to prepare himself, so oh no. I defeated you 7 seconds ago, now give me that badge and get the FireRed out of here. It's time to challenge the Pokemon League, but first, Stay wants to have a friendly Pokemon fight and oh my Arceus, those are monsters. I barely won. In this condition, I will never be able to win the Pokemon League and become a Pokemon Master. I need to train, but I already defeated every other Pokemon trainer in the entire region of Kanto. Except for... Sup, Bill? Let's go to those islands. We even have our own private ferry. Awesome. One island. What a creative name. I don't care about these people. I'm just here to start my training arc. But where would be a good place to train? A volcano. That's the perfect spot for a stereotypical anime training arc. And so it started. I have defeated the local trainers, crowned myself prince of the local wildlife, climbed a volcano, and even mastered the fire itself. I am ready. I left as a weak child looking for answers, but I will return. I'm still a child, but my Pokemon are all level 60 now. This has to be enough. After these guys made sure I'm not missing a badge, you better get out there and stop crime. This guy even has to stand in the water all day long. His feet must be suffering from immersion foot syndrome. Where were we? Right. Victory Road. The last torture experience before we can become a Pokemon Master. Good thing there are only 3 caves in the entirety of the region we have to traverse. We reach the exit and there is a labyrinth. Why? Let's not talk about that. In we go. Before we can slap the current Pokemon Master of the region off his throne, we have to defeat the Elite Four. First is Lorelei, who already gave me PTSD and 2 near-death experiences for free before I beat her, but in return I called her ugly, so we are even. Second is Bruno, who I slapped the floor with. Then there's this old lady, probably also has dementia. Last is Lance, who received an extra corridor to walk through because of geographical issues. He's also the dragon trainer, but luckily I brought a Clefairy. This is the final challenge. Facing the current Pokemon Master of the region, and it's our rival Stay, and I won. You expected an epic battle. Remember that I'm the main protagonist and I had a training arc prior, so my plot carpet bomber took care of this battle. But we are being congratulated by Professor Oak for defeating his only grandson. What a nice grandfather. We enter the Hall of Fame. And with that we have achieved the ultimate goal. We became a Pokemon Master. Thank you so much for watching me rob every single person in the Kanto region. I'm going to take a nap after enjoying the credits. I see you when I wake up again and create more questionable but tolerated suffering of exotic creatures in the digital world.